Hey, how's it going, guys? Dave Men's Laundromat Millionaire here. I am excited to show you our final culmination of our $2 million laundromat here in Cincinnati, Ohio. I want to take you around for a tour, but before I do, check out some of the progress that we made over the last 7 or 8 months as we turned this Zombiemat into a $2 million gem. So here we are in our new store in Amelia, Ohio, over on the east side of Cincinnati. This is the lobby area that we want to give you a little bit of a tour on. It's not a huge area, but the idea behind this area is we have our customer care counter over here. We have an automatic third door over here where the customers come in to drop off their dry cleaning and their pickup and delivery and their drop-off laundry service. You'll see this really cool digital sign that my wonderful wife Carla made, totally branded. We're gonna do some different playful things with it, but she's gotten pretty good at that side of things, the graphic design stuff. So that's pretty cool. We're gonna put the prices up there and different specials we run and things like that. If you haven't embraced the digital signage in your new store, I highly recommend it. You can get a TV and either have it done for you or learn to do it yourself like Carla did. This is our new Sense POS system that we're super excited about. It's got the big 16-inch screen on one side for our employees and then the smaller customer service side on the customer-facing side. And it's really cool because like the tip screen will come across there and the customers, just like you would at a restaurant, they can tip our employees without them having to ask for a tip, which is a little bit uncomfortable. Obviously, we have a granite countertop. You saw this roll-down security door. The reason we do the roll-down security door in all of our stores is so that we can be unattended if we ever need to be. We're normally not. All of our stores are fully attended at this point, but we build all of our facilities with these roll-down security doors, these steel doors, and we do that so if at any point something happens and there's an emergency, we can close this. The back employee area has actually a separate alarm system on it, and that way it's completely secure and customers can still operate as an unattended laundromat. And let me tell you, I'm glad that we did that because whenever we have an emergency, somebody gets sick and has to leave early, we call somebody in. We don't have to worry about if it takes them a half an hour to get here. The sick employee can leave, secure the area, put a little note on it, and somebody will be in a half an hour. Also during COVID, which scheduling got a little crazy during COVID at times, it was really nice that all of our stores were set up to be unattended, even though that's not our business model. So something else to think about. If you have the open retail counter, you can't ever be unattended, even if you don't plan to be. So that's kind of part of the equation. You'll see some of our branding here with our customer care wall. We do have some little detail things left to do in this new store for sure. We're gonna be adding some tile backsplash along the bottom of the wall here. On the back, we're gonna be adding like a stone wall and things like that. Our contractor had to pull off site for another big job that he had, but he's gonna come back and add some of those decorative touches to kind of take the store to like that, finish off that high-end look. But yeah, let's take you around and show you a little bit more of the little lobby area here and go from there. All right, so the other side of the lobby area that we have here is we have our coin pushers, and it's a little bit different mix that we do on the coin pushers. We have two of them. We have the changer in the middle because these are quarter pushers, and then we have a prize tower in the middle with the different prizes. The way that these work is while people do win quarters and they can keep them, what most of them do is when they win any money or quarters, they take them and put them right back into the machine because there's keys on top of the quarters in the coin pusher, and they're trying to win the prize keys. Those keys open up these prize boxes and they get all the prizes in the box if they win that key. So what ends up happening is it makes more money for us. It turns it into much more of kind of a game that the community loves playing versus kind of a gambling machine where they're really winning money. So it's a really cool twist that we've done. We actually have two sets set up like this. Another one in the back we'll show you in a little bit. So over here we have the Vision vendors from Vendrite, and we have the large capacity prize or vending boxes is what they call them. And this one has our snacks, cookies, drinks, things like that. Then it has the main or the main brain of the unit in the middle that control both sides. And then we have the soap vendor over here that sells all the vended soap products. And you'll see a few spots empty. We're gonna be adding laundry bags that are able to be vended. They're balled up in little balls. They have little tags on them, and they display really nice in the Vision vendor to be able to sell laundry bags to our customers. So that gives you kind of a general idea of the lobby area itself, which is kind of the customer-facing area that we created. Now let's take a look over at the retail side of the store where our machines are and our customers do laundry, and we'll kind of explain to you what we did over there. right, so now we want to show you some of the seating that we set up in the store. One of the things we've learned is a lot of the harder plastic and vinyl seating that you'll see in some laundromats. They're really good for hard surfaces, but they're not very comfortable. So one of the things we try to do in this store is go a little bit higher end with durability and charging stations, and then we obviously have the black leather furniture here as well. So you'll see we have the luxury furniture line with the swivel chairs from Highmark. And we have the countertops built in here into the windows. We have the power sources down to them, and these have the plugs built into them with the USB plugs and the regular standard plugs. People love that because they can set up on these, use their laptops and things like that. We also have only large capacity carts in this store. It was one thing I got to thinking about when we were building and designing this store. And one, we have a lot of large capacity machines here, but two, when I thought about it at my other stores, I was like, well, anybody that has a small load can still use a large cart, but anyone that has a large load can't use a small cart. It seems like a lot of laundromats always have too many small carts and not enough big carts. So in this store, we just decided to go with all large capacity carts from RB Wire. And we put these triangle racks on here. On most of them, we have a few with a double pole rack, but we did this so they can slide underneath our folding tables too. But you'll see we have the black leather furniture here. We got these from National Business Furniture. They're high quality furniture. That's a metal coffee table, and then the end units are black leather as well. And you'll see that these all have charging stations built into them as well. And the customers just love that. It's just, one, the black clumpy leather furniture is a nice touch, kind of a higher end laundromat, if you will. So it gives a different feeling, gives them a really comfortable seating unit, but it also, they love being able to plug in all their devices and stuff like that. And then you'll see that we basically mimicked that design over here. On the other side, this is our retail door. This is our other set of automatic doors that I was telling you about that we have for the customer facing area. And then we have another set of the black leather furniture, more laundry carts, and you'll see one of our folding tables over there as well. But we tried to think about all the little touches when it came to the seating units and things like that. And luckily, there's a lot of those types of things available to us now if you just build them into your budget. So anyway, I don't know if that makes sense to you. This is kind of what we call our front lobby area. That's how we laid it out and designed it. So now let's take a look at the rest of the store. All right, so now let's take a look at the washer department, if you will, on the machines. First of all, we're super excited that we have the Hipsh Touch. We're one of the first laundromats in the country to have the Hipsh Touch. The Speed Queen stuff has been out for a while, but Hipsh just came out this year. So we're excited about that. We have 4 80-pound washers that are on our end caps right in the front when you walk in the door. So they're kind of our feature machines. But I want to show you a few other things we did. First of all, you will notice that these say free on them. I don't know if you can see that in the video or not. But what we did is we went into Hipsh Command because we have third shift processing that normally happens overnight when the store is closed. And that's what would be happening right now on a different night of the week. So we actually went into Hipsh Command and programmed all our machines free when the store is closed to the public. And that way our third shift crew can come in and they don't have to start any machines with cards or anything, coins or anything like that. They just come in and every machine in the store is free during production. So it speeds up the production process. So if you notice those are free, that's why. We do normally charge a lot more than free. The other thing I'll show you is kind of cool, the Sense card readers. We put the Sense payment system, we have a hybrid system. So we have dollar coins, phone pay, credit card and debit card with the EMV, so you just install your chip card right in. We take dollar coins on the machines, and then we have a kiosk that will show you too from Sense where they can purchase laundry cards and things like that. So we have a hybrid payment system, kind of gives people 4 or 5 different options for how to pay for their machines. And we love that as well. You'll also see that the folks at Santa Wash sent us these bubble stickers that says every wash is sanitized, every load, which is really cool too. People notice that. And then they ask about the Santa Wash system, and we get to kind of sell that feature to them. We also made these custom decals put on here because we are dollar coin only. We don't accept quarters. And so we had these put on here to let people know they're dollar coins only. And we went ahead and put the number to the machine right on the custom label as well. And that's cool. And then the last thing is we had these custom decals made with our logo branded on them, Monster Load, 8 loads. We started doing that years ago, and we didn't have this nice of decals. They were more functional. And we learned that the customers, they love that. If you own laundromats, you know a lot of people walk into a laundromat and they're overwhelmed, they're confused. Some of them don't even know which is a washer and which is a dryer and why is this so expensive. And doing these custom labels like this that are branded, we started doing that probably 10 years ago now. And this is probably our 4th or 5th rendition. But we brought the colored rings in and the branding and everything. And it really kind of makes the store pop, brings in a little color, softens all the stainless that we have in here. And it's also fully functional. So it explains to people, why is this machine $12? So yeah, let's take a look at some of the rest of the machines and I'll show you kind of the layout of what we have here. Okay, so over on the right side of the store, we have the smaller washers that we laid out. When you walk in the door, over the right side of the last 80-pound washer, we have 5 30-pound washers and 7 20-pound. Everything in this store is hard mount. Everything in the store is 200G. We've reinforced the concrete with either 9 or 12 inches of concrete underneath them to support the 200G extract. Total, those are the only 7 double loaders, 20-pounders that we have in the store. We have a total of 11 30-pound washers. So we have 5 on this bulkhead side, and then we'll take you to the middle main aisle and show you what we have over there. All right, so you're gonna see the custom logo laid into the floor there. This is the main aisle of the store, and what we did is we put industrial grade epoxy, which is like a manufacturer's grade epoxy in the store here. So it's a lot different than like your do-it-yourself residential grade epoxy. And we laid the logo right in the floor just for a nice little branding effect when you walk right in the front door. This aisle here, from the front of this 60-pound washer to the front of this 60-pound washer, is 12.5 feet. From face of machine to face of machine. And we did that because the idea behind it is we wanted, if anyone's over here with laundry loading a machine and they have a cart, etc., and somebody does the same over there, we wanted to leave enough room in the main aisle so that someone could still get by. So even on the highest traffic days, this main aisle is never going to be congested. And this main aisle here holds about 75% of our washers. What you'll see here is you'll see the same logos, decals, Sense card readers and everything like that going down through the aisle. And both sides of this bulkheads are mirror images of each other. So we have 3 60-pound washers in the middle, in the front. We have 5 40-pound washers in the middle, and then 3 30-pound washers at the end of the bulkhead. And we have that on both sides, so they're mirror images of each other. You'll also notice that we have the Highmark bulkheads, prefab bulkheads. They come prefab. They have everything in them except for the HM Company drain troughs, which we'll show you in a little bit. But they have all the plumbing, electric, custom laid out based on this floor plan. So our equipment distributor ordered those to specs. They come, sit them in place, screw them together, and then the electrician and the plumbers just come in and hook up all the facilities to them. So that's kind of the main aisle. I will show you one last little touch that I like that's silly, is the red trash cans that we have throughout our store here. These are commercial grade trash cans, which I know you're like, really, he's talking about trash cans. But we like that they have the reds. They bring a little color, once again, kind of soften the place up. And then they also have the lids on top so that they don't spill over and things like that if they get too full. All right, so now we're over on the left side of the store in the dryer department area, if you will. And one of the things we're super excited about is our other stores, we don't have the 75-pound dryers. So we're going to be adding them in the future, but right now we don't. So we're very excited to have 4 of those to complement the 80-pound machines, or the 80-pound washers. Now we have 45-pound stack dryers. We actually have 15 of these, so we have 30 pockets of the 45-pound stack dryers, and that's by far the lion's share. We find those are our most common, most popular sizes, if you will. We do have a few 30-pound dryers in the back. We have 5 30-pound stacks, so we have 10 pockets altogether down there. One of the things that our equipment distributor taught us that we completely agree with is, while the 45-pound stacks are our most popular size, you really never want to build a laundromat with just 45-pound stacks. And the reason why is if you don't have 30-pounders sitting next to them, then these just look like a 30-pound dryer. There's not any relativity to it. And so you'll see some people build laundromats with only 45-pound stacks, and then they kind of get pushed back because their dryers are so expensive, and they're always having to explain to people that these are bigger dryers than their competitors. And so kind of a marketing strategy, if you will, is even if you don't need them, go ahead and put a few 30-pound dryers in the back just for relativity. And so we needed a few anyways because we have some 20-pound washers, but just something to think about if you're ever building or retooling a laundromat. All right, so now we've changed angles a little bit and we're over on the folding table side. You'll notice that at least right now we have what we call pods of folding tables. So these are 6 foot wide folding tables, 30 inches deep. These are Highmark's luxury line of folding tables. They're pricey, but these legs are steel and these are concrete. I don't know what the weight capacity is on these, but I can tell you that I'm over 300 pounds and I've stood on one of them. These things are incredibly sturdy. So we don't allow people to sit on them, but we all know in the laundromat business that people do sit on your folding tables. And if you have like the less expensive folding tables that only hold 75 pounds and things like that, we've had that at some of our other stores back in the day, and people sit on them and they crack them and break them. So we wanted to put really sturdy tables in here. We put them in pods like this to, one, save a little space, but also for our production crew. Our production crew a lot of times does larger capacity orders. And when they do that overnight, they like to be able to spread out across multiple folding tables. So you'll see we have 4 pods down through here, 8 tables. We actually have room in here to push these, scrunch them together a little bit, add some more folding tables here, and then as this store continues to ramp up, we're going to add 4 more folding tables throughout the store to kind of build out the capacity. A few in the front windows and a few in the back there. But that's kind of our folding department. The last thing I'll show you is we do put these anti-fatigue mats in our stores. And that's a really interesting touch because we stumbled upon this. What happened is our third shift production crew asked us to put them in because of standing on the hard concrete floor at our other facility. And we put them in for them because they stand here and do laundry for 6, 7, 8 hours at a time. And it's funny because we put them in thinking we'll put them in at third shift night, lay them out for them, and then put them in the back room during the day. Well, at our other facility, we forgot to put them up. And our customers started complimenting us on how much they love our anti-fatigue mats. And the customers, they help their backs and their necks and their knees and all this stuff when they're standing there and folding laundry, even though they're not there near as long. So something to think about. You might want to put some anti-fatigue mats in your store, but now we leave them out all day. And it's become another one of those little touches, another one of those market differentiators that our customers love about our facility. All right, so now we want to give you a look at our restrooms. We actually have 2 of these. We'll just show you one because they're mirror images of each other. But these are ADA compliant. So we have the ADA sinks and we have the mirrors, to nice little touch. You'll see that we have the Qualicare baby changing tables in both of them as well. We have the power assisted flush toilets, so truly commercial grade toilets. And I know it sounds a little silly to get excited about that too, kind of like the trash cans. But at our other stores, some of those didn't used to have power-assisted toilets. And you get a lot of clogs and things like that. So having those is really nice. You'll see that Carla did a little decorating in here. For now, we just painted them blue. Once again, we're going to tile both of our bathrooms floor to ceiling. But this project took a little bit longer than we thought it would, and our contractor had to pull off at the very end to go work on a big project. So he's going to come back in about 6 to 8 months, and he's going to do all the finishing touches, the tile, the stone, and things like that. So we'll get a few pictures out there, but you get the idea. And then the last thing is we have the accelerator, Excel dryer, hand dryer in here. We don't put any paper towels in our restrooms, even though they actually would go down with a power-assisted toilet. We don't put them in here at all. We do have a couple paper towel holders out in the store for people to wipe up spills in their hands and stuff. But we learned a long time ago not to put the paper towels in the bathroom because people will throw them down the toilet and clog up your drains. All right, so one of the things you'll notice is all 3 of the 42-inch commercial doors that we have to our employee area are all on the security keypads, so that employees don't have to mess with keys as much, but they are nice and secure. You also see, I told you we had a second set of the coin pushers with the prize tower and things like that. So we have that back here by the kids area and another folding table over here. And then you'll see we have a couple sets of the oval circular tables with the swivel chairs from Highmark. that are bolted down in place. So some more seating back here. You'll see we actually have some room to add a few more seating units back here, and we will as we continue to kind of ramp up the space. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but Carla added a nice little touch of some of the pendant lighting and things like that, which kind of just dress up the space a little versus just kind of the functional lighting. And then let me take you over here and I'll show you these Highmark drain troughs that I was referring to. So I don't know if we can get a shot inside the drain trough, or I'm sorry, drain trough, inside the bulkhead. So these are our prefab drain troughs from HM Company, custom made for this job. And then we also have the prefab bulkheads from Highmark. They ship those in sections, as I kind of mentioned earlier. It has all the plumbing and electric and everything built into them. You'll see all the machines drop down into the drain trough. The drain trough's custom made. It has a slope in the bottom. So I know a lot of people talk about drain troughs not liking them because of the poor smells and things like that. But this actually has a 1/8 inch slope built into the bottom of it so that all the debris and all the water comes this direction, and it's dry as a bone. The other thing we do is we service it and feed it from the bottom of the bulkhead, or the bottom of the drain trough, rather than from the top of the drain trough or the front. And what I mean by that is there's a 6-inch drain that it feeds into, and there's a hole cut in the bottom of the drain trough, and it feeds in that way. So once again, the drain trough is fully functional. It flushes itself, and you don't have to go in there and clean it out every 3-6 months. We may never have to clean these drain troughs out with the way they're sized and the way that they're designed. That's just one of the little things that you'll see in kind of modernized high-end drain troughs and laundromats that kind of take it to another level. All right, so one of the things we're super excited about, and not too many laundromats have the room for this, is this kids area. This is actually 20 by 14 kids area. We have the granite countertops on top, the little half walls built in. We have some seating here for the adults. We have the CLA Laundry Cares Read Play Learn Center with the free book subscription where we give away books to the community. We had this cool little Connect 4. It's actually 4 foot tall, life-size Connect 4 for the kids to play. And then you'll see that we have the kids programming up here on the wall. We have some kind of generic signage right now, but we're going to put more signage up there in the future. This is Read, Play, Learn, and take a book, find a book, take a book, so they can keep those things. But it's super exciting to have this area, and actually in the next few weeks, we're going to be starting, the local library is going to come in and do a reading session to the kids every Saturday morning. And we'll be able to advertise that. That's just another market differentiator. But we're super excited to have this kids zone area. Once again, most laundromats don't have this kind of room, so it's a luxury to have for sure. All right, so this is our customer payment center area. Once again, all of our signage isn't totally done, so bear with us. We're gonna have a nice sign in the middle made here. But this is our change machine that vends all the dollar coins. As I mentioned earlier, we're hybrid, so customers get their dollar coins out of the change machine there. And then over here is our Sense kiosk for value transfer. And this sells the laundry cards and things like that for the customers. If they wanna put cash or credit card in here and buy a loyalty card, they can use those to start the machines as well with the Sense payment system. So one of the nice things about this store is we're a hybrid store where we take dollar coins, we take credit and debit card right at the machine through EMV. They can also buy loyalty cards, and they can start the machines with their phones too. All right, so one of the things we wanted to show you is the Santa Wash ozone system from Aquawing. You've probably seen some of my videos where we have that at other stores. This is an amazing thing. We love that when it kicks in and the Santa Wash system starts lighting up, the LED lights around the outside. But a feature they just added is the hologram that's customizable. So you can put your logo in it, you can put Pac-Man in there, jellyfish, you can do anything you want to do in there, and you'll see they have some different ideas. I know you can't see it great in the video if you're watching this online. The hologram, it kind of looks glitchy. It's just the way the video feed is. But when you're looking at it in person, it's not glitchy at all. It's a really cool kind of marketing feature. So in addition to it making kind of the beeping noise and the LED lights, now it has the fully customizable hologram, which is cool because like at Christmas time, we can put on there, have a Merry Christmas. We can do whatever we want to do with that, someone's birthday or something like that. So it's just another kind of touch to a high-end laundromat. But the Santa Wash system is pretty amazing. If you haven't talked to the folks at Aquawing, I would highly recommend that. All right, so now here we are. We want to bring you behind the dryers and just show you. Some of this might be a little bit boring to some of you, a little bit of the basics. Just the back side of the dryers, we left plenty of room for service work back here and things like that. You'll notice that we have the 4-inch gas line, and then we have a 1.5-inch loop off the gas line that feeds the entire length of the dryer run, all the way one end to the other. If you don't have a loop, it's not the end of the world, but what happens is on high capacity days when you get really busy, sometimes the dryers on the opposite end of the gas line can actually be starved for gas. The dryers on the front side will steal it all. And so the loop, what the loop does is feeds the main 4-inch gas line from both ends. And that way you never run out even at peak times. So we added that loop in there, which was kind of cool. Actually, I apologize, the loop was already there. We just converted to a 4-inch gas line and raised it up. Another thing we did back here that's really cool is we have these electronic dampers. So I know a lot of people, and including our other stores, they have dampers in them that are either always open or sometimes there's barometric dampers, things like that. Cool things about these is when it's hot and cold outside, they don't let hot or cold air into the back area, the service area, and that can escape underneath and in between the dryers and get out into the common area of the store. They only open when dryers are running and they're calling for fresh air. When dryers aren't running, they close automatically. And we have several of those down through here. But that's another little feature that we added. You know, it's not, I don't know that I would say it's necessary, but it's a nice feature to have. When you're building a laundromat, you got to put dampers in anyways. You might as well do it right. And then the last thing you'll see before we go into the employee area is there's 3 employee security doors here, and they all have keypads on them. So these lock automatically. And we'll just put that code in. And we walk on in, so our employees don't have to carry keys around all the time. So this side over here is our employee area. We refer to this as our drop-off room, this front area. We obviously have the shelf for some of our drop-off laundry, more drop-off in the back. That green tote there is where all the dry cleaning orders go as they're checked in, and then our wholesale dry cleaner picks them up each day. You'll see over in the corner that black thing above the fire extinguisher, that's our continuous music system. We run nice family-friendly continuous music. So our stores have a nice atmosphere. And then you'll see our countertops here with cabinets with the doors on them. The reason we do that is because the customers can see that counter. And so we want it to look nice and finished. We have the same type of counters and cabinets over here, but customers can't see them. And so we actually took the doors off of them. And that way they're easier to get to. And that's just our drop-off soap and buckets and things like that. They all have drawers in them which our employees love. And then because our employees are segmented over on this side of the store and can't see the retail area, we put our video surveillance system up on a 43-inch monitor here. And that way they can see everything that's happening in the store even though they're not back there. That's one of our employee mottos, or company mottos, I'm sorry, work hard and be nice to people. That's our Sense POS again. The Sense POS not only has the pickup and delivery software, this is the over-the-counter. They just rolled out their new 2.0 system, which has a pretty robust pickup and delivery components, drop-off laundry, and a separate dry cleaning components. So if you've ever looked at Sense, 6 months, a year ago, it's a completely different animal now than it was just even a few months ago, to be honest with you. One of the things we love about it is you'll see out in the store that our machines all have Sense card readers on them, so we're a hybrid payment system. But when our employees are doing laundry, they can actually start all the machines in the store from the POS. We also have these external tablets that they can carry out into the store with them. We actually have cases that haven't been put on them yet, so they can carry them around in the store when they do drop-off orders. So this is our employee area. And then this is our temporary dry cleaning setup. You'll see all these Z-racks we have here. I'll show you a little bit more in the back in a minute, but in the next few months, we're going to be putting an up-down conveyor system in to take our dry cleaning up into the ceiling. But for right now, this is kind of a temporary setup. So we just have it organized by last name. And before I take you into our office, this is our employee area where we write motivational conversations, schedules, This is our accountability board for pickup and delivery. And then this is our corporate office. We've never actually had a corporate office until now. And I don't know if you can tell in the video, but it's about 22 by 17, the office. So it's a pretty good size office. Obviously it acts as our security area as well. So the only people that can get into this office versus via this keypad is management and leadership. So you have your dollar coin change machine is rear load. We have our Sense kiosk, which sells the laundry cards, which is rear load. We have all of our keys back here. Our video surveillance system and alarm system is all secured back here. This is the only part of the store that we put carpet in other than a rug. And then we have our desk, leadership desk. And then we're not quite finished in here. We're gonna do some decorating and things, but this printer is actually gonna go on a printer stand right here. And then this little desk is made for leadership meetings. So it has little wings we pull out, and we can put 4 chairs around that and have leadership meetings. Me, my 2 assistant GMs, and our GM. And then we have our yearly planner up here. This has birthdays, vacations, things like that, so we don't forget special times and anniversaries. We have our delivery driver schedules and things like that. And then obviously employee uniforms, t-shirts, things like that. One of the things you'll notice we did in here is we kept the sight line open. So if you're sitting at this desk, you can actually see the front counter from here. And you can pull up those blinds, see it a little better. You can also close the blinds and get privacy in here if you're doing an interview or something like that. So if there's multiple team members here and a manager or members, the leadership team is in here doing an interview or something, they would close those blinds. If they're here by themselves for some reason, they can open those blinds up and always have access to the front counter. There actually is a window in there that can be open, so you can even speak to people through it. But we really just wanted to keep the sight line open. All right, so back here, be prepared to not be impressed. This is completely unfinished and we're not done with this area back here. This is where our up-down conveyor system is gonna go. If you remember from some of the earlier videos, we've taken all the drop ceiling out, all new HVAC, sandblasted, primed, and painted the entire roof decking black. So it's a nice open concept. And right here is where we're gonna be adding the up-down conveyor for the dry cleaning. So this area isn't fully set up quite yet. You'll see some of our production carts and racks, storage, laundry bags, vending supplies, our employee area where we have employee snacks, microwave, and refrigerator. And then this is our drop-off area. This is where I'm sorry, not drop-off, our pickup and delivery area. So that's our scale where we check in all of our production for pickup and delivery. You'll see our map on the wall there. Our computer, label makers, printers, drivers, tablets, keys, cell phones, etc., etc. So this is where all the pickup and delivery check in and out happens, is on this area back here. It's where you put everything into the system and the whole 9 yards. So this is kind of 1/3 of the store. This area is roughly 3,000 square feet if you count that front lobby area that I showed you in the beginning. All right, guys, so that is it. This is the final video, and I am so proud of this facility. This was over a $2 million investment, and you may think $2 million on a laundromat, that's crazy. Keep in mind we purchased 2 acres of property right on the main thoroughfare on the east side of Cincinnati, one of the busiest roads in the state. We also have a 4-bay car wash that we haven't opened yet. And we also have a 9,000 square foot facility here. We have over 48 parking spaces, and we actually have property to add more. We're looking at other revenue streams, whether it's building a separate small self-storage facility on the property, adding a parking lot in the back for our pickup and delivery drivers, and we could probably add another 15 parking spaces if we really wanted to. So that gives you an idea of the facility, why we built what we built. When you hear me talking about elevating the industry, this store, I've taken 13 years of knowledge and experience in the industry. We finally had the resources to build something pretty amazing. And once again, this is pretty much a finished product other than a few more signs and then all the little details. The tile is also going to go along the back wall where the bottom half is gray there. That's going to be tile back through there. On the little half wall to the kids area, that will be either tile or stone when we're finished. And we have a few more TVs to add. A few more sound panels are actually going to go on this block wall here, this load bearing wall. But other than that, the facility is done. We're open for business. We've been open since April, and this is being shot in July. And we're pleased to report that we're way ahead of schedule with revenue regarding our pro forma. So if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email, post them in the comments section on YouTube. Happy to answer them for you. But when I refer to a modernized laundromat with all the modern amenities, things like automatic doors, leather furniture, nice wide aisles, 200G touch machines, hybrid payment systems, ADA compliant restrooms, huge kid zones, etc., etc. This is how we serve our community well. And just in case you're wondering, this store is already past break even. So we've been open for about 2.5 months. We're already past break even. So when you hear people say, oh, this facility's overbuilt, they're gonna lose a bunch of money, they're never gonna make money. We're not really making much right now, but we've only been open about 10 weeks. So that gives you an idea of the store. Once again, hope to see y'all soon. Take care.